Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here. Welcome back to another horror movie review. As promised, for the month of August, I'm going to be starting another horror movie franchise, and it's another popular one that I think you guys might know about, and most of you should know about. And that franchise is the Child's Play movies, or, the Chucky franchise, whatever you want to call it. I call it Child's Play, but, So the Blu-ray pack I have here comes with 7 films. It has all the films but the remake on it, which I do own, so that's good. I'll be able to cover it fully. But this is what the movies came in. It's got like its own slip cover. Of course, you got the Blu-rays here. I'm going to be covering Child's Play today, the original film. So, Child's Play from, I believe, 1988. What is it about? Child's Play opens up with a serial killer running from a detective, and they're in a shootout. This guy's name's Charles Lee Ray, who is played by the awesome Brad Dourif, amazing actor. Did some amazing roles, especially in the Rob Zombie remakes of Halloween. And I think he was even in Critters 4. But in here, he plays Charles Lee Ray. And he's in a shootout with Detective Mike Norris. Mike's able to get a couple shots in on him as he's trying to run away. Eddie Caputo drives off and leaves him, who is supposed to be his getaway guy, because the cops show up. Him and Mike eventually run into a toy store. And it's there where he realizes that he's dying after he took a shot to the chest. He realizes that he's dying. He threatens Mike that he's going to come back and kill him and Eddie Caputo no matter what. And he passes out from blood loss and stumbles over some good guy children dolls. When he wakes up, he sees one, and he decides to do a chant that will put his spirit inside the doll. And once that happens, a huge lightning bolt comes down, blows up the whole building. Doesn't kill Mike. It blows up part of the store. But he gets thrown back into some toys. It kills Charles Lee Ray though. He dies in his human body. So Mike thinks he's dead. Finally killed the murderer. Unbeknownst to him, Charles is not dead. However, we do cut to our 2 main characters for the film, which is Andy Barclay and Karen Barclay. Andy Barclay is played by the amazing Alex Vincent, who did an amazing job. He came back for part 2, and I think he came back for Curse and Cult of Chucky. And he's even in the TV show now. So I think Alex was 6 at the time, and Andy's supposed to be 6 years old in this film. He's wanting a good guy doll really bad, also because it's his birthday. His mom's a stay-at-home single mom. She works, but her husband passed away, and so she's a single mom having to take care of Andy. On top of working, it's put a lot of stress on her. She's tight on money, but eventually she does get her hands on a Chucky doll. But unbeknownst to her, this is the same Chucky doll that Charles Lee Ray put his soul into. So weird things start happening around the house after she gives Andy this doll. And a murder happens at Karen's house. It's not her son. It's one of the people in her house. I won't tell you who it is. But after that happens, people start getting suspicious of Andy, but unbeknownst to them, there's a much more scarier doll that plays a part in this. Child's Play was one of my first ever horror films growing up, and this was one of the films that got me into horror. My mom introduced me to this horror flick, and it's been gouged into my memory so much. I remember every single part of it from beginning to the end. Brad Dourif voicing Chucky, the killer doll, I think he does an amazing job there. The animatronics and what they had to do to make the killer doll was astonishing work. Don Mancini, this is like his brainchild. I don't think he directed this, but he was like one of the writers or producers. And I think he did a pretty good job. David Kirshner, I think, directed the film, if I'm correct. It doesn't say on here, but I'm pretty sure David Kirshner was either producer or director on the film. Karen Barkley or Catherine Hicks. I think Catherine Hicks does an amazing job as Karen Barkley. She's an amazing mom for Andy. They really do like mom and son in real life. Amazing actor. The guy who plays Mike Norris, I thought he did a really cool job as like a side character. Definitely one of the guys you want to root for in a film. Chucky himself, as like, you know, the killer doll. One of the most recognizable names in the horror movie industry. You can easily know who that is. Probably would be on my Mount Rushmore. If I had to make a Mount Rushmore of these, Chucky would probably definitely be on there. Because he's so iconic, everybody knows him. The kills in this film. They're not necessarily gory, but they are pretty shocking. And some of them are even quite intense. Like there's one where a doctor gets his brain fried with like some type of electric machine. And then another guy gets a voodoo doll used on him and kills him. That's kind of weird, but you know, I thought it was a pretty interesting take. I don't think Don Mancini liked it all that much, though. He didn't like all the supernatural stuff and all that. He had a completely different script from what was actually put here. Apparently his script was called Blood Buddies instead of Child's Play, and Andy was supposed to get Chucky and like bleed on the doll, and he was able to like tell the doll to do things, and the doll would go around killing people that he didn't like. That would have been an interesting take, but I honestly do prefer this cut of the film, or this script, you know, how this film played out. So if you're looking for kills that are like extremely bloody and gory, don't watch this film. But if you're looking for like intense, scary moments with kills, they're not really bloody, but they do get scary and intense, so I do think you'll enjoy those. If I did have to rank some kills from like all the films I've covered, these would definitely be in like the top 10 ranking, because these kills are pretty intense. The ending to the film was probably one of the most iconic endings to a horror movie franchise, and this was one of the first horror movies that I had seen, so this is one of the first ever climax endings that really was intense, stressful. I didn't know what was going to happen. I do like how they wrote the whole thing. The writing is very good in here. Now, of course, you know, it's late 80s horror film. You're not going to have great writing, but I think this has been one of the better writings that I've seen in a horror movie. You know, some of the characters are kind of forgettable, like, you know, Mike's partner, Jack, he's here and there. He's kind of forgettable, but, you know, he's all right. And then, I'm pretty sure even, Jack, God, what's his name? He starred as, Mr. McGee in The Incredible Hulk, but I know his first name's Jack. He was in this film as well, which is pretty crazy to me, but I think he did a decent job here. He's not like a main character or anything. He's only in like 2 scenes, but it was pretty cool to see him in there. Overall, this has just been an astonishing film. Great work on the movie. You know, Child's Play is going to be one of the most iconic films that I've ever seen to date. And overall, it's a pretty great horror flick that I definitely would recommend to you guys. It's an amazing film. I think everybody would get lots of enjoyment out of this. You know, Brad Dourif, Catherine Hicks, Alex Vincent, all those people are very awesome actors. Definitely check them and their movies out, especially Alex Vincent. He's very cute in this film. But that has been my review on Child's Play. Astonishing film, great film. You know, not my favorite that I've covered, but definitely would be in my top 5 or top 10, somewhere in there that I've covered on this channel. If I had to rate it on a 5-star, or sorry, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I've been watching Strange Michael's videos. I'd probably give it about a 9 out of 10. This was a really solid film. It does have its mistakes here and there. I think a couple of kills were kind of boring, but other than that, you guys will get some fun out of it. So, that has been my review on Child's Play. Let me know everyone's thoughts on this film down in the comment section down below. Would really love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next movie review. Have a good weekend. God bless you all. Bye, everyone.